Hey everybody, how is it going? Welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm going to be going over the market averages first, of course, just to see if we can try to tell where the market could be going tomorrow or the rest of the week. Then I'm going to get into some of the best looking charts I see in the market right now, and there's definitely a lot of good ones starting to show up. Then I'm going to get into my trades that I made today, but before I get into any of that, please remember, not a financial advisor, yada, yada, yada. Please make all of your own trading decisions. This is for entertainment purposes only. Now, I do have a Patreon, so if you'd like to support the channel and join our little trading group, link is down there in the description. It's only $9.99 a month. I'm in that Discord every single day, and I also do a pre-market watch list video just showing you everything that I'm seeing potentially setting up and anything else that I might see significant in the market. But if you don't mind liking the smash button, that also helps out the channel as well. I would really appreciate that. But let's get into the QQQs. And that, of course, is the NASDAQ ETF. That's what I always start out with. It usually leads the other ones, even though it's not necessarily leading right now. But anyway, getting into the QQQs, we can definitely see that it's really been a tug of war today. You can see the trend in itself is starting to get a little bit tired. It gapped up, sold off, and then it's been sent right back up. You know, there isn't a whole lot of range today compared to the range of the last week or two. So you can definitely see that the tug of war is sort of come to a little bit of a stalemate. And if we look at the volume down here, we can see that volume is definitely tapering off. So if I had to guess, I wouldn't be a bit surprised if this trend is getting a little bit tired. I wouldn't be a bit surprised if we had a little bit of a rollover. I haven't bought any downside protection in the SQQQ or anything else, but I might end up doing that before the trading day is over. It all depends on how the market closes today. But, you know, I do think the market is going to rally from here. But I mean, I wouldn't be a bit surprised if we have a little bit of a pullback, but I think invariably this, just by the way things are shaping up, that could change tomorrow. I think this could be the bottom, but, if it is not, you know, I want to get a little bit of downside protection. If I do, it's not going to be a huge bet. But let's take a look at the S&P 500, see if it looks like the same thing. You can see the S&P 500 is certainly stronger than the QQQs, so it is leading the QQQs to the upside. But you can see volume is falling off even harder than on the NASDAQ. So just a little bit more evidence that we are getting a little bit tired in this trend, and a little bit of a pullback, or even, you know, just kind of hanging around at these levels wouldn't be that bad of a thing. So if that does happen, you know, it's not the end of the world. And looking at the Dow Jones Industrial Average, or the diamonds, you can see they are definitely leading the market higher. It's broken above that 50-period simple moving average, but don't forget, guys, a lot of times these market averages break a little bit above that that very important moving average, and just to reverse the next day. So I wouldn't be a bit surprised if that happens in the diamonds. And if we took a look at the IWM, we can see the IWM is already starting to get tired out. Definitely the lagger in the market right now. And, you know, I would expect that. I don't know about you guys, but my growth stocks that I'm holding for the long terms were certainly lagging the rest of the stocks in my portfolio. I don't know how your guys' growth stocks are doing, but mine weren't doing so good today. But that is my look at these market averages. Now let's get into some of these other nice looking charts that I see in the market right now. All right, well, let's get into these charts. I have a ton to show you, so I'm going to get right into it. And, you know, just a simple fact that there are so many good-looking charts that are showing up on my screens right now is one of the reasons why I'm thinking the market could have bottomed. Now, don't hold me to that. The market can turn around in the blink of an eye, especially if some bad news comes out. But the way that there are so many constructive charts showing up, you know, I'm thinking that we could have had that little climax sell last week, but time will tell. But one thing I do want to go over first, of course, is the XLE, the Select Sector Energy ETF. I mean, this continues to be the leading sector. So if you want to make money to the long side, this is definitely the sector with the least amount of resistance headed up. But, you know, just getting into some of these charts in this sector, I mean, there's so many of them that are just breaking out to new all-time highs, or at the very least, relative highs. CTRA is looking really good. Occidental Petroleum, you son of a butthead. I lost money on that, or I should say I made money on that. I should have made a heck of a lot more, but it stopped me out on the last part of my position once it rolled over, and of course this thing is breaking out to new 52-week highs. Devon Energy, right there as well. ConocoPhillips, new 52-week high. And guys, there are very few things out there that I can think of that are more bullish than all-time highs. We got BAC Energy is right there. We got MPC. I was watching this one really closely. I was loving this absolutely beautiful chart pattern as it was finding some support at those moving averages as they were moving up, and just had a huge blast off today. So MPC definitely looking really good. WMB also out to a new high. Halliburton winding up like it's about to break to another one. So just a ton of great looking charts. Chevron, you can see Chevron is right there. OKE, you guys get the point. There are just so many constructive charts in that sector, but I have a bunch of other ones to show you as well. If we take a look at Bank of America, you can see Bank of America is winding up. It's holding above that 8-period exponential moving average. So anything above this candle right here, I think could be an excellent buy for Bank of America. Sticking with that sector, Wells Fargo, same thing, nice little hook up. It's holding above those moving averages and still moving to the upside. So the longer this thing holds above the 8-period exponential moving average, the more that it has a chance of doing one of these moves right here. And the banking sector, of course, is strong. Another one in that group is Citigroup. You see Citigroup has moved above all those moving averages and it is holding above it, so that is a very good sign for Citigroup. Another one is Mosaic. You can see Mosaic is busting out to a new 52-week high. I didn't see this one that was actually breaking out to a new high earlier, but man, super nice looking chart in MOS. Next one is Charles Schwab. Taking a look at Charles Schwab, you see Charles Schwab is winding up. It hasn't exactly made a strong move above those moving averages, but it looks like it is certainly going to do it. Found support at that 50-period simple moving average and has moved up ever since. So I think Charles Schwab is building up some steam as well. Another one is CFG. CFG, as you can see, this one is looking good as well. And this one is also in the banking sector. So the banks and the energy sector continue to be some of the strongest sectors out there. Another one is Key. See, Key Corp is also in the banking sector. This one is also moving above that 8-period exponential moving average and starting to rise. So you guys are getting the point, man. There's starting to be a ton of good-looking charts in the market. It was really hard to find any good-looking charts in the market over the last couple of weeks, but they're really starting to show up. So that's another reason why I'm thinking that the market could be bottoming. Don't hold me to it, but I actually made some moves today, and I'll get into that later. Peabody Energy, you can see this one look like it has finally bottomed, pulled back all the way to this cluster of moving averages, and has now moved above it. So it's above all of the moving averages right now. That is a good sign. If it can hold for another day or two, I could definitely see BTU making a decent run. Another one is CF. You can see CF is breaking out to a new all-time high, or a new 52-week high, I'm sorry. I think I've said all-time high several times on this video. I meant 52-week high, but CF Industry is looking good, breaking out on some decent volume. So that one, if the market has bottomed, I think this one has a great chance of being a leader. Another one is HLX. HLX looks like it is in the process of bottoming. You can see tons of volume coming in over these last couple of months. It's doing one of these nice little creeping up trends, and if it can move up, pull back and make a ceiling on one of the last highs, then that's usually an indicator that the trend is going to start to accelerate. Once it starts creeping up like this, where it breaks to a new relative high and then kind of breaks down back into the consolidation, breaks to another relative high, back down in the consolidation. That's what I like to call a creeping trend. And then once the trend breaks out, pulls back, doesn't fall back into the consolidation, but finds a floor on top of an old high, that's usually when it goes into the acceleration mode. If you guys start looking at charts, you'll start to really notice that. And that's the time that I like to buy the charts, is when they really start to accelerate. But let's get to the next one, and that is PBF. PBF, let's try that. See PBF making another one of those J-hook type patterns, and it's going to be threatening the 52-week high here pretty soon. They're also in the oil and gas refining industry, so they are definitely one of the stronger ones out there. PBF, next one is PSX. PSX looks like this one is about ready to break out to a new, at least relative high. It's getting close to that 52-week high, but Phillips 66 looking good as well. Another one is WTI. I actually do own some of this. I've had this one for quite a while. Full disclosure, this has been one of the laggers in the oil and gas sector, but it looks like it's building up some steam. So WTI, hopefully it gets going soon. Another one is MUR, Murphy's Oil Corp, and you can see this one is right on the cusp of breaking out to a new 52-week high, so another strong stock in that sector. Another one, ERF. See, ERF is also doing the same thing, but you guys are definitely getting the point. Oil and gas, energy, etc. is the place to be. Next one is ACAD. Trying to do these quickly, guys. I got a lot of them. I left a bunch off the list, but I don't want to drag this on too long for you guys, but definitely want to give you guys some nice looking opportunities. But ACAD making that J-hook pattern and is holding above those moving averages. So if we get a break above 24, if it can hold here for another day and then a break above 24, hopefully we can get a move up that 8-period exponential moving average. So looking for that on ACAD. Next one is AROC. AROC, looking like it is trying to break above this high right around 875, but certainly winding up and you know, starting to you know, really get tight right here. So a breakout could be nice on this one. Next one is MGY. Another one in that sector, pretty much breaking out to a new 52-week high. Tucked its head back in today, but still, you know, it looks like it is just, you know, really starting to build towards heading up to into a new, I should say, continuing this uptrend. Okay, so let's get into the stocks that I traded today. I actually didn't make any day trades. I didn't see anything going on, but I bought some longs today. I actually took a position in MGI. Bought in MGI at 951, so it's up just a little bit from where I bought it at, but man, just a beautiful looking chart. Tons of volume coming in over the last couple of weeks. So this one is in a little bit of an uptrend, and if you go to the weekly chart, I actually like the weekly chart even better. You can see this one looks like it is just poised to take off. It is starting to bounce off of that 8-period exponential moving average, and hopefully starting one of these moves where it starts to accelerate to the upside. And the last one that I bought was LNG. This one is breaking out to a new high as well, also in the energy sector. So I really like this chart on LNG. Had a nice little consolidation, started to break out, and of course came down on that sell-off a couple weeks ago, but is right back up to a new 52-week high. So those are the two that I bought today. I think they are two of the best looking charts that I showed you, but man, there sure was a heck of a lot of them in the market today. That's the end of the video, guys. If you guys have any questions, leave it for me down there in the comment section, and I really appreciate you watching this all the way to the end.